Again, if you weren't aware, I'm selling a Roman Empire country ball as well as the giant Mongolian Empire country ball. These so far are selling extremely well. This Roman Empire might be the most popular ever. And I love how much love Mongolia is getting here too. Again, as always, it is for a limited time. The Iron Curtain doesn't stand anymore. Cut to this life expectancy map of Europe. Okay, it definitely doesn't exist, but there are still echoes. Oh look, this German and Japanese soldier training together. They look like they're good buds too. An alliance once existed between our two peoples. Wait, no, let's not bring that up. The friendship's clearly still there. I can't stop thinking about people who first ate mushrooms through trial and error. This one tastes like meat, this one killed Kevin instantly, and this one made me see God for 3 weeks. Throughout history, there's probably been at least 1 million humans oofed just because they wanted to find out what was edible or not. Meanwhile, their bros be like, write that down, write that down! Oh yeah, what German cities would have looked like if they had won at, Stalingrad. Pretty much. I mean, this is showing what German cities would have looked like for like 3.2 seconds, but the lasting effect would look something more like this. Obviously, everyone loves to theorize if the Germans won at Stalingrad, it knocked out the Soviets. Problem is, if the Germans would have lasted just 3 months longer, they also might have had a second sun appear on their surface. Especially because that whole mutually assured destruction concept was not a thing when we made the first nuke. The US was the only ones with a nuke, so they were just gonna let them fly. The Japanese protecting 50,000 Jews from the No-No Germans versus the No-No Germans protecting 200,000 Asians from the Japanese. Talk about flipping things upside down. I don't know what in Odin's name this thing is, but thank you for the honor. This is Harald Bluetooth, the Viking, and this is the Bluetooth symbol, which was named after him. Bluetooth technology was started in 1997, and it was similar to the way the Viking King united tribes of Denmark into a single kingdom. Also, HB links back to his initials. That's crazy. For a long time, I really just thought it was a coincidence, but we really did name this piece of technology after a Viking king. Oh my god, he's here! He's so cute. Is he single? On one side, we have all of the Russian royal family, and on the other, just some weird homeless guy. No, that's Rasputin, but he had some crazy riz. He was the original Rizzler. Italians switched sides in both world wars. They're just traitors. In WWII, Italy was not obliged to join the Triple Alliance because it was only a defensive alliance. Also in WWII, they had a civil war, which caused them to switch sides. I feel like this meme has died with time because it just doesn't make much sense. Visualizing in the mirror the country I want to become. I don't even think Hungary necessarily uses a mirror. They kind of just have to use old photos of themselves. They've done it before, so, you know. Trade offer. I receive all of Byzantium. You receive Islam, Fez hats, as well as Ottomans. And I guess the Byzantines couldn't resist that deal. They just went on ahead and handed them Constantinople. Yankees trying not to mention the Civil War in an argument against the Southerners. It's literally an impossible challenge for them. Their logic-based arguing probably isn't even that good because they always win with this one simple trick. Fellas, if your girl is a red flag and has 5 stars, that's not your girl. That's the People's Republic of China. Oh, I should have saw this coming. More Chinese propaganda in front of me. A study in empires. We've got Germany, the aggressor nation, versus all of Great Britain. Basically 26% of the world. I've actually not seen this propaganda picture before. I love how the Brits are just like, yeah, that's based. Your cannons melted. Surrender New Orleans. Haha, alligator go boom. The time we used gators as weapons of war. Yeah, so Andrew Jackson was involved with this. This is the John Horton song, Battle of the New Orleans. Yeah, that's one advantage I guess Florida still can use to this day. Well, the song goes on to say improvised cannons where they were shooting alligators. That's obviously not the case, but we probably can do that now if we wanted. What people think the history of slavery is. We've got the Prince of Egypt to start things off, and finally 12 years of slave, versus what the history of slavery actually is. It's this movie, or at least the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, it still exists to this day in some countries, and pretty much every place had them. This is your life. Starting off with birth, childhood, college, career, learn about the fall of Rome, incurable depression, and death. Pretty much the normal cycle we all go through. I'm somewhere right here. Remus, after him and his brother successfully create the glorious city that they've been dreaming of since they were kids, he is near seconds away from having his head caved in by his brother.
I think we've been able to achieve something great here.
You gotta let his last moments be emotional. What a beautiful moment. Both of our civilizations are great. We are equal. Okay, barbarian, responds this Roman. Yeah, I don't think he buys it. Pretty much anything that's not red is basically a barbarian to them. Okay, barbarian, but please sell me silk. I send gold. Sometimes you gotta trade with the barbarians even. First European painter in a Chinese court. It is an honor to serve here. You served my father well. Your art is legendary. I served your dad and grandfather, so I plead tolerance for Christians in China. Yeah, I don't think this guy's really gonna care. there. Shut up and paint. What an interesting life this guy must have had. This pirate queen of China and how it all started. I'll choose a new wife. How about the one smiling in the back? Oh, this one? Versus how it ended. Commands a fleet of 1,800 ships, mightiest pirate in all of history. Also obliterated China's fleet. Married, adopted, what? She was a cougar too? Didn't she also meet Jack Sparrow? Winston S. Churchill in the United States during Prohibition. Unfortunately, I shall not be able to follow Prohibition due to medical issues. And here was his very own doctor's note. It actually did say something like this. What an absolute mad lad. Florida in 1965. Mixed marriage is banned. Yeah, besides legalizing it would go against tradition. Versus Florida 1565. Miguel Rodriguez de Abrego, I declare you married. You make his... Wait, a meme about colonial Spain that doesn't have something horrible that has attached to it? The Russians choosing Christianity over Islam so they can continue to drink alcohol. I guess they didn't know about the Bosnian strats before this. They could have had both. France coming up with a BS reason why Haiti has to pay them to be independent. Like I always say, the little island of Haiti has some of the most interesting history. They're so often overlooked. Who would win? A priceless Picasso wall painting or some contractor hired to repaint the walls? Well, I'm pretty sure this guy is obviously going to win. It's just going to be horrible. While visiting Poland, Pablo Picasso drew a siren on a wall. The inhabitants later on of that room ended up painting over it. The Queen of Denmark and J.R.R. Tolkien isn't fond of art inspired by his work and rarely approves illustrators. Makes illustrations of the Lord of the Rings. Wow, this is dismally and meanly hideous. It means that he liked it very much. I don't even know if I said that right. Shouldn't be surprised. This is the man that created a whole Elvish language for his books. He's gonna be a linguistic genius. This is some of the art she drew for Lord of the Rings. If you wish to publish The Hobbit in Germany, you must prove your Aryan superiority. Okay, here's an in-depth essay about how no Germans are bad and blatantly unscientific. Well, talk about a fantastic way to respond. J.R.R. Tolkien was not down for that. France and England, after not giving Italy the lands promised in the London Pact. Man. These two and their trolling. Italy probably should have known this was gonna happen. Italy was promised all of this during World War I if they joined the French and British side, but like the meme said, they didn't get what they wanted. I'm sure they won't hold on to a grudge for 25 years during World War II, right? Just to try to get back at the British and French. We got Mexico, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Japan all agreeing to fight in a war versus the US and then immediately become trade partners. And sometimes a lot more than just trading partners, they would become besties. It's like that sign of respect after a fight, you end up becoming best buds, you hug it out. Yes, a bit of Dutch sneakiness during World War II. We've got Japan constantly looking back to see what this Dutch ship is doing, but no, don't worry. There's nothing going on here. This ship from the Netherlands, which was a Dutch World War II minesweeper, became infamous for invading the Imperial Japanese Air Force and Navy. POV, you just captured a trench from the BEF. Damn, Brit, you live like this? Yeah, their trenches weren't quite as beautiful, pretty messy. The Germans probably didn't like these trenches as much as their own. Afghanistan is a graveyard of empires and have never been conquered so far, cuh. In comes the Timurid Empire, the Mongol Empire, the Persians, the Marian, the British, the Seleucid, the Macedonian, the Mongols, the Rashid. I think I pronounced that wrong. I believe the phrase still works. Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires. It doesn't work when you say they've never been conquered, though. They've obviously been conquered. This land acts more like a poison, a cancer of the inside the empire itself, because whoever controls this territory slowly dies. The U.S. Air Force propaganda ads, join the Air Force, help avenge Pearl Harbor, eradicate the Japanese. Meanwhile, Japanese kamikaze propaganda ads, well, I'm not sure if okay, well, there was like a huge feeling of respect when they were chosen to be a kamikaze. Like it was an honor. I'm not sure if it was done in this exact way though. The first responder arrives at True Noble and his eyes go from brown to blue. I'm in danger. Is that all I need to do to change my eyes to blue? Right now they're green. I don't know if they'll turn blue after a little bit of radiation, but I can hope. King Henry VI, after watching 60 nobles drown in liquid poop. Isn't there a song about this? It's not about King Henry VI, but it is about watching someone drown. It's 1938. Hey Japan, did you know that every aspect of the world is run by, we probably know who he's gonna say since he's a no German. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Cut to 1944, the end of World War II, pretty much. Alright Japan, the time has come for you to oof all your... Wait, did you just give them preferential status? We're already losing the war. No way you're about to piss off the dudes who run the... that's some good logic there, Japan. That's actually normal logic. It was just the Germans were literally insane. German far-right met to plan mass deportations. Hey, I've seen this one before. Like I've always said, there's probably like 50 or 60 like news articles that are clipped with a meme reaction like this every year, and that's probably only going to continue to increase. It's never going to stop. Is it time to go? At least Thomas Jefferson survives. Hey, what the hell is he doing here? Oh, this is awkward. A reunion between friends. On his deathbed, John Adams literally said Thomas Jefferson survives, unaware that actually he had been oofed. He got to meet up in the afterlife though. Russia copying the space shuttle, but making it better in every conceivable way, and then never using it. That definitely is a fire plan right there. Talk about a missed opportunity. Probably didn't have enough money. Big thanks to my patrons. You can find a link in the description down below to support me. The beautiful Megan Underwood. Drum your dad back with the milk. Look outside. A fat I
normal.
cannot sleep without
Jack
Drew's voice.
Traven's annoying
Amateur
friend.
archaeology.
Carmel
Fredrik
Saida.
Tibblin. InquisitorXarius.
JohnDenver.
KirinoIsBestGirl.
Sebby,
if you hear this, I love
Tambrin.
you. The Great
The
Ralphy.
Mexican 760.
And ZaneyBoi.